Welcome to Finding Resources for Your Essay, a series of 3 online tutorials designed especially for students in History 1401E, Modern Europe 1715 to the present. My name is Elizabeth Mance. I'm the subject librarian for history in the D.B. Weldon Library, and I'll be your guide. The D.B. Weldon Library provides access to a wide variety of historical materials and resources for researchers at all levels. This presentation is intended for undergraduates writing historical essays and will demonstrate useful library research strategies that make the process of researching history essays, in particular the tasks of locating scholarly books and journal articles, more straightforward and successful. You've been asked to write an essay that's 2,500 to 3,000 words in length, using a minimum of 6 books and/or journal articles focused on an approved topic. Freely available internet sources are not permitted. However, be aware that the library provides access to a large number of scholarly resources online that are acceptable. You may well find legitimate academic journal articles, or even primary sources, through the use of various digital resources that are made available through Western libraries. When it comes time to select a research topic, it's a good idea to choose one that interests you. The topic you decide to investigate doesn't have to be a subject you already know a great deal about. It could be something mentioned in a lecture or course reading or during tutorial discussions, or it could be a topic examined in a television or radio documentary, as long as the subject is relevant to the course and bears on a historical question. It's definitely more rewarding to invest your research time if the topic intrigues you. The list of suggested essay topics distributed by your course instructors provides an excellent starting point for your research. Once you've decided on an essay topic, prepare a proposal for your TA that outlines your topic, your plan to research that topic, and tentatively the thesis or argument you intend to make. You must obtain your TA's approval of your research proposal. In preparing your research proposal, you'll need to familiarize yourself with the subject you'll be researching. For example, what dates or events are significant? Who are the key individuals involved? Are there related concepts or themes you should consider? And perhaps most critical, how do you identify and find the best sources for your research? At the university level, the authority and reliability of the sources you consult while doing your research is paramount. Google will not supply you with the scholarly resources you'll need and should not be used in place of library resources. On the other hand, your course textbook, History of the Modern World by R.R. Palmer, provides a highly credible, comprehensive, and convenient starting point from which to gather background information and begin your research. In addition, at the end of the textbook, Palmer provides 97 pages of detailed recommendations for further reading on dozens of topics. You'll find suggested readings for most of the essay questions proposed by your course instructors. There are 2 great advantages to starting your research with Palmer's recommended readings. First, you can be confident that Palmer recommends books that are highly regarded by historians. Second, Palmer's bibliography contains short descriptions or annotations of each book. These annotations will save you time and effort in finding the sources best suited to studying the argument you've chosen. Palmer and his colleagues have already identified the important titles for you. In light of these 2 reasons, I strongly recommend consulting the relevant entries and bibliography in Palmer first. Let's start our research with the following essay topic. In what ways did the Spanish Civil War, 1936 to 1939, come to represent a significant test of the will and strength of the democracies to resist the rise of fascism? On pages 831 to 833 of Palmer, we find a concise but descriptive entry that provides a basic outline of the Spanish Civil War. The entry introduces key concepts such as Republican, fascist, and neutrality legislation. Major political figures and various countries involved in the conflict are identified, such as Spain's Francisco Franco, Italy's Benito Mussolini, and Germany's Adolf Hitler, as well as the British, French, American, and Russian governments of the day. Some political alliances are noted, for example, the Spanish Popular Front and the Rome-Berlin Axis, and some significant place names are listed, Guernica, Madrid, and Barcelona. In addition to this basic factual information, page 1192 of Palmer provides a core bibliography of suggested readings on the Spanish Civil War. There are about 24 sources listed in all. The bibliography notes that the most comprehensive English-language narrative account of the conflict is Hugh Thomas's Spanish Civil War. The other titles cited in Palmer provide coverage of various other aspects of the war and include several titles particularly recommended for brief overviews. By consulting Palmer at the outset of our research, we've effectively established the basic sequence of historical events surrounding the Spanish Civil War and are ready to begin a more detailed examination of the role of democracies and fascism in the conflict. Moreover, we now have a substantial list of recommended titles to follow up with and locate in the D.B. Weldon Library. In addition to Palmer, articles from subject-specific encyclopedias and dictionaries are often extremely helpful. Even though subject encyclopedias and dictionaries don't count toward the minimum number of required resources, they're an excellent way to establish accurately significant historical dates or figures, as well as help gather information about ideas, trends, or concepts associated with particular individuals or events. Preliminary reading of 2 or 3 subject encyclopedias is another effective strategy to guide your research and can help you refine and focus your investigation of a particular historical question. Hundreds of single and multi-volume encyclopedias and dictionaries on dozens of different academic topics can be found in the reference collection, located on the main floor of Weldon. Many of these reference sources include maps, timelines, and sources for further reading. Feel free to browse the shelves of the reference collection or ask research help staff for suggestions. In this module, we've looked at the research strengths of the D.B. Weldon Library and reviewed the requirements for your essay. We've established a research topic and begun our research using reliable sources, notably Palmer's course textbook. In the next module, we'll examine the importance of the shared library catalog in expanding our research and finding additional reliable books.